We can lock that tunnel door from their control center. That should keep them from being able to transport those mortars loaded with DC-62. Good work. Go on and head back up. The team from the campus has taken position inside the memorial.
What is up, guys? We're here back again with another Division 2 build video, guys. And this is my second one of TU10, and I'm bringing some bleed on this build, and I'm spreading the love, or spreading the bleed, with this setup. And guys, I'm using, yes, that new gear set called Eclipse Protocol. I've been testing this and testing, and at first I found a couple of problems, but yeah, we've worked our way through that, and I'm there, and I've got the build that I want. This is a lot of fun. PvE delivers a lot of double booms, that's all I'm going to say. You'll see when I go through the gear, but of course, guys, if you enjoy the video, thumbs doodle, it helps, it really does. And of course, yes, if you're not subbed to the channel, drop the woo bomb on the sub button, ding the bell to be notified when I upload my shizzle, guys. Let's move this. Okay then, peeps, yeah, take a look at this. This is my Eclipse Protocol build for PvE. And this is going to be one of many different iterations I'm going to toy with on this setup. Now, I'm rolling with Technician Specialization. Yes, aka Nerf Gun. Rolling with that for a couple of reasons. The first reason is 10% skill damage, which is kind of key because you want to garner as much damage as possible. Now, you can use different specializations if you wish. You can roll with Demolitionist, but one thing I will say, you will have to use 6 pieces of yellow Legos. And you can see, guys, I'm rolling with 1 armor Lego, which is the blue one, and that's because Technician will grant you +1 skill tier. So you can see, guys, I'm skill tier 6, and I have 1 nice fat piece of armor, which helps. And that gives me 913k armor overall, which is more survivability, more tankiness in difficult content. So, guys, 0 offensive, 1 defensive, 5 utility, and 11 yellow little attributes for you on this setup. Now, guys, let's go through the gear. Now, the mask, yes, it is Eclipse Protocol, the gear set. And what does that offer me and the build? So that's 15% status effects for the 2-piece, 15% skill haste, and 30% hazard protection for the 3-piece. And the 4-piece bonus is indirect transmission. Your status effects now spread on kill to all enemies within 15 meters and refresh 50% of the duration. And that's pretty cool. Again, the way you look at that is, again, for example, if they're going to bleed for 10 seconds initially, what you'll get is a 5-second bleed. So you get half of that bleed. Now, with the chest piece, it will grant that 75%. So that's just say 7.5-second bleed, which is pretty cool. Again, it's quite nice. I'm not using the chest piece on this particular build. That's for another build, another day. But again, the chest piece is also quite strong. This setup, you can see I'm using skill damage and skill haste as the utility mod. Now, the second piece of Eclipse Protocol is the holster, and that is 10% skill damage. And then the third piece is the knee pads, and that's again 10% skill damage. And then the gloves, they are 8.7% status effects. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave that on just yet. I'm not sure. That's why I kind of left it as is. I could put skill damage on there to have more bang for its buck. Again, entirely up to you, but at the minute I've left it as status effects. And then we have the backpack. The backpack is Wyvern wear, and again, I feel it's key, integral to have one piece on your setup because 10% skill damage goes a long way. And the attributes are 10% skill damage, 11.3% skill haste, and a mod which is 11.5% skill haste. The talent is Shock and Awe. Applying a status effect to an enemy increases total skill damage and repair by 20% for 20 seconds. And again, the good thing with this, again, I'm getting that extra 20% damage. which is nice. It really is nice, and that's why I'm utilising this. And again, that goes a long way to my both my skills. That's why I'm utilising that. You could use the named backpack, which is the Perfect Shock Ignore. That'll give you 27 seconds of that extra skill damage, which is key, but also it is China Light, which is 15% explosive damage. Something to bear in mind while setting this up. However, I wanted status effects as the chest piece, and yeah, you can see, guys, golden gear, that's 10% status effects. You could roll with your 2-piece Wyvern wear if you wanted to, but I've gone for this because this piece is nice. It is really nice, and it does exactly what I want it to do, other than just one little bit. Max armor, max repair skills, max skill damage, and 11.3% skill haste. Now, if for any chance I could re-roll repair skills to skill haste or status effects, jobs are good. But I can't. It is what it is. Now, the talent is Explosive Delivery. Whenever you throw a skill, 1.5 seconds after landing, it creates an explosion, damaging enemies within 5 meters. And again, that is demonstrated on the floor whilst you chuck your 2 skills. Damage scales with skill tier, dealing 25 to 100% damage of a concussion grenade at once per skill. And again, I'll demonstrate in the range how this works after, but it's a really nice chest piece talent, very underused. And with the 2 skills that I will have a double boom. My Seeker Mine, will go boom twice. And again, the Hive Stinger, you're going to get that initial boom when it drops, and then it's going to deliver that bleed for the drones, and it's really good. And it's just a great setup on the build. Now, guys, we'll go through the weapons first. The primary weapon is the Harmony, which is the named rifle. And I'm utilising this particular bad boy, and you can see I have not done anything with it, and I'll just say why. This is for sale at the DZ West vendor. 152 DZ credits. Pick it up. If you don't have it, just pick it up. It's not perfectly rolled, but it will help you on your builds, especially your skill builds. It will really elevate your damage. So yes, pick it up. And I've not had a chance to re-roll this any shape or form, but I'm going to remove optimal range for maybe damage to armor. Now the talent is perfectly in sync. Hitting an enemy grants plus 20% skill damage for 5 seconds. Okay, guys, it could be anywhere. It could be their head, shoulders, knees, and toes. And again, I'm not going to break into song, but yeah, you get the hint. Anywhere, and you get that 20% skill damage. Using a skill or damaging an enemy with a skill grants plus 20% weapon damage for 5 seconds. So, guys, you're going to garner 20% weapon damage, 20% skill damage. Happy days. Damage increases are doubled while both buffs are active at the same time. Again, this will happen more often than not. And with the Hive Stinger, you know it's going to happen. So you're going to spamming your bullets into NPCs. The skill damage is going to be there. And yeah, you're going to get 40% skill damage and 40% weapon damage. So, works a dream. Trust me, guys. Perfect. Now, in terms of mods, critical hit chance, crit hit damage. And I believe there's rounds, in the mag. So there you go. That's how I've got that set up. Now, in terms of the secondary, is the Surge with Perfect Spike. Of course, again, I can alternate between these 2 weapons if I so wish, and works a treat. What you could do if you wanted to, roll with the Sweet Dreams. Again, so if any rushes come up close and personal, you know, one-shot melee, they're done, dealt with. But I'm rolling with this because of Perfect Spike. Headshots grant plus 25% skill damage for 15 seconds. This has had, again, a little bit of a buff from TU9, and that's because the TU9 duration was about 8 seconds, and now it is 15 seconds, so pretty much doubled, which is good. And again, crit hit chance, rounds, critical hit chance, and of course, critical hit chance as the attachments. Now, the sidearm is the Liberty. I'm just using it because it looks nice. I like the Liberty. You can see, look, it's beautiful. It's max. Happy days. Don't use it, but it's just there for show. Okay, guys, let's go through the skills. The first skill is the Explosive Seeker Mine. And you can see it deals a really nice 3.2 million damage. Now, ignore the cooldown. I am in the range, and there's a slight problem. It is not a 5.8 second cooldown. If it was, guys, I'd be happy chappy. But it isn't. Trust me, it isn't. But 3.2 million damage, which is really cool. Happy with this. Again, if you're using something like, just say, Demolitionist, you will garner more damage, but you'll lose some survivability. Entirely up to you, your preference. The bleed duration is 9.4 seconds, so basically I'm going to get about 4.7 seconds duration of the next enemy. That again, you kill one enemy, and for the next set of enemies within 15 meters, 4.7 seconds, they will bleed 4. And again, that's a nice tick of extra damage. Works really, really well on this build. In terms of mods, they are damage, more damage, and health. Now, the primary skill, what the build is all about, is the Hive Stinger, which again, guys, look at the refill speed, 0.7 seconds. Ignore that. Ignore that. It's about 2.2 seconds or something like that for real, but in the range, this is what happens. So you can see, yeah, there's 18 charges. In terms of damage, 1.072 million, which is nice. Bleed damage is 63,758 before the stars aligned and all that jazz. The bleed duration, again, 9.4, so that's 4.7 seconds. Once the Eclipse Protocol talent is procced, you can see it works nice. It really, really does. So in terms of the attachments, damage, stinger charges, and health. And we take a look now, guys, at the stats. Now, again, this is all about the skills. The skills are doing the work for you. And again, you will just use your primary weapon to just buffer, one, a bit of skill damage, and two, of course, yeah, your weapon damage. And getting that proc up to 40% as consistently as possible. And you can on this build, which delivers a lot of damage, a lot of bang for the buck. Also, take into consideration explosive delivery, which is a nice little tickle as well. And of course, the backpack with shock and awe. You're going to hit hard. The skills are going to have a lot of bang for the buck and work really, really well. So guys, see 10% critical chance, 50.2% critical hit damage. I'm still working up critical hit damage. I'm about halfway there on the watch. And let's take a look at everything else. You see rifle damage 25%. And then assault rifle damage, light machine gun damage, and all weapons damage bonus, which is 10%. And then we just take a look at the skill haste, which is 500%. And that's because, yes, guys, that's because I'm in the range. Yeah, it's a little bit, yeah, is what it is. But again, the skill haste isn't too shabby. It isn't too great. I wish I had a little bit more skill haste in the build, but again, it is what it is. Given gear sets, you've got to make a decision whether it's skill haste or skill damage or even status effects on this build. And I've gone primarily for skill damage because I want to proc, yes, the lovely 4-piece talent as often as possible. So guys, I'll just demonstrate in the range how this works. Again, you've got to think about this. This is inflated, obviously. So let's just switch this to very hard. Again, get ready, guys, for a 6-second Seeker Mine, given that I've got that 500% skill haste. Easy, guys, farm for it, it's easy. So you've got explosive delivery kicks in first. Then you have the nice, sexy boom from the explosive Seeker. And you can see, guys, it's a nice little trickle. It's nice, isn't it? And again, it's that 6-second Seeker Mine. 6-second Seeker Mine, imagine that. See, guys, there you have it. Again, really nice. Now let's take a look at the the Hive Stinger. Let's take a look at that. Just in terms of damage, again, not proccing any weapon talents. You can see it's just, and then you can see the spread from one kill. It will spread around to multiple NPCs. You can see because that 500% skill haste, that lovely Hive Stinger is just boom, boom, boom all the way back up to the top. But guys, this build ace for PvE. It's ace. It's very different to what people would normally use, and I like different, but that's not to say it's any worse. But guys, this is excellent. It's such a superb build to use. Given explosive delivery, shock and all, they work perfectly in tandem and delivers a lot of bang for its buck. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, thumbs doodle, and I will see you in the next one, peeps. Peace.